This is Lukewarm Reviews. I saw a very cool movie last night called First Reformed, so let's chat about it. This is a new Paul Schrader film. He's the writer of Taxi Driver. I didn't know that going in. I knew very little about this film at all, which was kind of purposeful. Just one of my friends wanted to see it, and I was like, yeah, Ethan Hawke is in it. It's A24, and it's getting really well reviewed, so I'm in. Whatever. I don't need to know anything more. I enjoyed it. I will say, I was reading some reviews of it and stuff late last night and early this morning, and I think it was a lot funnier and more absurd than I think most people are giving it credit for, which is fine. It's also very dark, and a lot of people seem to be mostly concentrating on the darkness of the film, but I really found it kind of wacky and kind of absurd. It seems to me to be like a post-Taxi Driver examination of masculinity and vigilantism, in the way that Ethan Hawke's character, what it really does is it shows how childish violent radicalism is at its core. Because it's stupid. It's so silly to be like, man, like, what I care about is more important than anyone else, and other people deserve to be harmed because of it. It's a fucking childish mentality. So Ethan Hawke did a really good job with that, and it's subtle. It's not like a comedy, but it's definitely a little bit whiny in that way, and I definitely think that was on purpose. It's not like that the whole way through. The beginning is very subtle and dark and nuanced. It just gets a little bit loosey-goosey as we go on. In particular, there's one scene that's very bizarre and absurd. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I really enjoyed that about it. Moving on. Oh, and the end. I should talk about the end. The end is very dark, and at the same time a little bit absurd and a little bit like, what is happening? And it was very effective. The end is really cool. Is it original? Yeah, this was before I knew that Paul Schrader, I didn't know that Paul Schrader wrote Taxi Driver. So like halfway through the movie, I'm sitting there, I was like, this just reminds me a lot of Taxi Driver. But I think that, as I said, as it goes on, it deviates more and it gets a little wacky, which was really fun. So yeah, just that take on the vigilante justice kind of narrative, the loss of faith narrative. Yeah, it was cool. It was kind of original. The acting is great. Ethan Hawke is really good. He makes the character very nuanced, and I think made a lot of good choices that informed what the film meant to me. Amanda Seyfried is good. The guy that played her husband, he only has like one major scene, and he's fine. He does have a little bit of like a mumbly, stuttery kind of cadence that I could tell that like he thought was really good and natural, but I wasn't crazy about. Felt kind of put on to me, but he's fine. It's not that big of a deal. And the last thing, cinematography is great. It's shot in, I don't know, like the numbers or what you call it, but it's shot in like a different aspect ratio. It's shot like square. And I was talking to my friend Justin, who I saw it with, about, because I never really know why people shoot in different aspect ratios, why that's a conscious decision that people make. But he was talking about how it can lend a tone of claustrophobia, a tone of, you know, everything kind of closing in on you. And that definitely works in this film. It's very dark. There's a lot of empty space in the shots. And then also the music is very good. Music only happens like 3 times in 3 very dramatic scenes, and because of the scarcity of it, it's very effective. So yeah, that's what I thought about First Reformed. It's super cool. Go see it if you can. Go see Disobedience first, but go see this if you can. It was kind of cool to see this and Disobedience right back to back, because they're 2 very different. Actually, First Reformed is only kind of concerned with religion in a tertiary way, but still involves religion in some ways. But yeah, Let me know what you think, guys. If you've seen First Reformed, if not, go check it out. What have you been watching? What should I go see next? Let me know. Share this with your friends. Subscribe. All the good, usual stuff. You're great. Love you. See you soon. Bye-bye.